Hello, dear viewers, and welcome to the program A Moment with a Servant of God. My name is Ibrahim Adula. As usual, on this program, I bring on board the different servants of God serving in the different capacities of ministry. And tonight, the Lord has blessed me. We've been celebrating 10 years here, right here at Imani Media Center, 10 years for our radio station, and 2 years for our TV station. So if you see this, don't be worried, because we're celebrating the goodness of the Lord for the 2 years He has been taking us through. And tonight, I've been blessed to have one of those servants of God. I've really been wanting to interview him, but I want to thank God because today He has given me a chance and an opportunity to get that chance. Therefore, welcome so much.
Thank you, my brother.
Let me give you an opportunity, first of all, to introduce yourself. I don't want to preempt your name, first of all.
Okay, as for my name, I am a servant of God, as my brother Ibrahim has said. My name is Anderson Ambindi Murunga, popularly known as Man Ingwe. You can also call me Dr. Ingwe.
Welcome on board.
Thank you.
It has been a pleasure to have you today.
The pleasure is mine. I can see we are different, you know.
Meaning?
You're in a suit and a nice tie, and you're fully decorated, while I'm looking otherwise. But anyway, let's go on with the show.
It belongs from, I took it from a quail. You know a quail?
Quail? No. Quails don't look like this.
Are you sure?
Quails don't
I've
look
never
like
seen
this.
one, by the way.
You've never seen one?
Never seen one.
Okay, so you are kidding. It's been fun being around.
Yeah.
The celebration was good. First of all, congratulations to Imani TV, to Imani Radio, Imani Media family as a whole for the milestones that you've made. 10 years of transforming Kenyans' lives, and let God be praised. I'm happy to have been a part of it. Of course, the show was top on fire.
Wonderful.
We thank God.
Anderson Ambindi, that's your real name.
Yes.
What about Man Ingwe? How did you come up with that name, Man Ingwe?
Man Ingwe was a product of my love for my culture, and I just wanted to be the best that I can ever be. So I decided to emulate something that resonates with best. Ingwe is a leopard in my Luya culture, and so the leopard, being the king of the jungle, is the best animal. It's the king, it's the ruler, it's the, you know, it's the pest setter, the trailblazer, and everything.
The lion is the king of the jungle, Dr. Ingwe.
Not in my community. So I will not want to be what I did not grow to know.
Yes.
Like they say, even in gospel, you can only know as much as you read God's word.
Right.
You can only connect with God as much as you pray and you seek to know Him. So if I never knew lions in my environment and in my culture, it will be fake. It will be like calling myself TD Jakes. Or
Joel Austin.
Yes, or Joel Austin. So I can only, even though the lion is the king of the jungle, my community had only the leopard, which is part of the big five. So I went by Ingwe. That's why the football club is called Ingwe. And if you are to rule in the Luya community, you are to kill a leopard. Then you are the grand warrior and you are the king. If I should teach you a little of the Luya culture.
When did Man Ingwe receive Christ in his life as the personal savior?
I didn't receive Christ as Man Ingwe. When I received Christ, I was Anderson. Then, when I was a little boy, back in the year 1992, I was in class 6. Yes, that's when I got born again.
How was the experience? What happened really to make you receive Christ? Because there are some situations that make people to receive Christ. What about you?
Mine was not necessarily situational. It was at a time when we had this Pentecostal movement around my home area, Kule Ingotse Mashinani in Kakamega. And so there are servants of God who used to come and preach, and there used to be fellowship in our house. My mother is a pastor, by the way. So we used to have fellowship in our house. And the gentleman who led me to Christ, by the way, is found within this town of Kitale, I believe. So I sought to meet him. Asijampata bado.
What is his name?
He's called Pastor Shafat Kombo. I don't know if you've heard of him, but I'm told he ministers here in Kitale. So he's the one who led me to Christ back in the days.
So it's not about being born in a pastor's family that made you to be born again?
No. I was born.
Sons, I know many of them. I'm also a pastor's son, by the way.
I was born in a Christian family, and my family was fairly religious.
Yes.
But it came to that point when I understood what it means to know Christ personally and to receive Christ. And I accepted Christ purely as a decision that was made from within and with understanding and, you know, from a point of information and consciousness.
Let's talk a little bit about your education. I believe that I know, not believing, but I know that you are educated. Tell us about your education.
My education, well, in primary, I was here and there. I was St. Peter's Mumias Boys. I went to Shikoti Mixed Primary School, Ivo.
Yeah.
Then I went to high school at Kakamega, Kakamega High School, where I learned how to do choir and drama.
Yeah.
And then after that, I went to Kenyatta University. We are talking about education, huh?
Yeah.
Yes. Right now, I'm also pursuing studies. I'm pursuing a master's in communications, and I'm also pursuing a master's in theology. Yes.
So talking about being at Kenyatta University, what did you study?
I studied biochemistry.
Biochemistry. And why are you not doing something related to biochemistry? Why are you into the music industry?
Well, you cut me before I finished. I'm also doing a master's in performing arts at Kenyatta University.
Right.
Performing arts. So basically, it's out of passion.
Yes.
When I enrolled in Kakamega High School, I enrolled in a music class.
Yes.
And my industrial subject was fine art. My dad came and negotiated me out of music for German, and he also negotiated me out of fine art and admitted me to an electricity class.
Yes.
Well, the bottom line is this: my father pushed me towards sciences, but my passion was always music. Even when I went to university, I studied biochemistry, but I was always doing drama, and I was always doing music, and I was always leading music. I was actually the music director at Kenyatta University Christian Union during my time. So it has all to do with passion. And then later, when I now embraced music and worship as a lifestyle, as a culture, and as a calling, then I decided to pursue that. Never mind that after university I had an opportunity to work in very many different establishments. I worked as a research assistant at African Center for Missions, AfriServe. I also worked for Faulu Kenya as a development finance officer. I worked as an administrator at a Deliverance Church, Kawaskari. I worked as a teacher. And then I worked at Safaricom as a customer relations officer, and all that I put it aside to pursue music as a passion.
So talking about biochemistry a bit, does it mean that it's now irrelevant in your life because you're not practicing anything related?
It's not irrelevant because when I applied for the jobs that I did, they asked for somebody who is a graduate. So by the mere fact that I was a graduate of biochemistry, I was qualified because it's assumed that anybody who's been through the training of a college or a university can be drilled and be trained and oriented to do any manner of job. I don't think my skills in biochemistry have gone to waste. I just believe that the time is not yet. Maybe.
Meaning you can still pursue it later on?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't have a passion with it as of today. But maybe.
Let's talk about a little bit about being a pastor's son. You say that your mother is a pastor. The children who have been raised from a pastor's family, they're undergoing a lot of pressure. People are expecting them to be like their parents. What about you? Did you suffer such kind of pressure?
Yes, I did. There was all manner of expectation, and all eyes glued on you for being a pastor's son. Even in the church, you're the standard, you're the yardstick, you're the guinea pig most of the time. If you do this thing wrong, then the whole community and the whole village is bashing at you, expecting you to be a saint, and that kind of a thing. But I guess I managed to handle that because on the side, I also had a life of my own that was fairly outstanding. Why? When I was in school, I was always a leader, I was always a prefect, and then being in music and in drama, I was always on the forefront. I was a head student, we'll call it a head boy. I was a deputy head boy at my time. I was the soloist, I was the chairman of drama, so I was still in the spotlight. So yes, the answer is yes, there was a lot of pressure by virtue of being a pastor's son. But I managed to handle that because I was in the spotlight anyway.
Whichever the case, you're still.
Yes, I was still in the spotlight. So by virtue of being in the spotlight, I garnered my own muscles to survive, and I wouldn't say that too much attention was being paid on me on account of being a pastor's son.
How did you discover your talent in music?
I discovered my talent in music when I was a little boy, very little, something like class 1, class 2. My dad He used to drink a lot. My dad used to drink a lot. He was a footballer and he was a fairly wealthy man.
Yeah.
So after a game, he would come home with the whole team.
Like to celebrate.
Yeah, to celebrate, and they would eat nyam jom and drink Motcom, then Public Works in Kakamega.
Yes.
And he was a coach player. So during the time, after guys were drunk and tipsy, and he would play music. He had a very big system, like the whole of this. So he play music with that Santuria, your Sani Kubwa. And so while the music played, I would sing along. And I would sing so well that all these drunk fellows would give me presents of Ndururu. Those days, it was not even 50 cents. It was Ndururu, the 5 cents. Yes, Ndururu and the 10 cents penny. So I used to sing and enjoy myself during that time. I used to even mess up with my dad because he would buy a new cassette. Those days, Christ Ambassadors were the real deal. Inokina John Dews, Nimeamua, Sitarudi Nyuma. Yes, those kind. So my dad would buy those cassettes. And then I would take that cassette, brand new, and press record.
So it
and I start singing. So it override. Then my dad would be pissed off, like almost wanting to skin me alive.
Yes.
But then I was ignorantly just exercising the talent that was within. When did I discover? When I was a very little boy. Yes.
Let's talk a bit about now your ministry, because I believe you're also a ministry man, apart from just doing entertainment, rather performing.
I am a minister in different regards. I would say in 3 regards.
Yes.
Number 1, I am a minister, a worship minister. I'm a worship leader, I'm a worship trainer, I'm a music trainer. I am also a music minister by way of evangelism.
Yes.
For example, my popular music, which people love, the Uganisosas, the Wrong Number, you might realize they are actually not targeted to the people in the church.
Right.
They are targeted to the people outside the church, to know who Christ is and to understand who Christ is in a way, in a language, in a manner that they understand best. So that is my evangelistic arm. So if I tell you Man Ingwe is an evangelist, you should take that for gospel truth. And then I am also a pastor. I'm a pastor, founder, minister of Progressive Church. Our headquarters are in Kitengela. I'm the senior pastor with a team of 4 assistant pastors. So for the last 6 years, I have been a pastor. I'm actually a reverend. I'm an ordained reverend. I'm licensed to marry and bury. And actually, July 5, I'll be installed as a bishop.
We want to go for a short commercial break. Then when we shall return, I want us to talk a bit about your ministry in detail, because it's something that is so interesting. Remember, you're watching the program A Moment with the Servant of God. I'm hosting
Dr. Ingwe,
aka Dr. Ingwe, aka Man Ingwe. We shall be right back. Don't go too far.